Good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to our third day of Sneaky Peeks. We have a fun one for you today. Today we are showcasing two new items. The first one is called the Trio Stitched Banners, which I'll show you because they are dies, and I'll just show you these because, you know, a die is a die, remember? So they're like different thicknesses where you could put, you know, maybe a sentiment with two lines on it or a big chunky sentiment. And I made them long because it's easier to put them in your machine and make them smaller. You know what I'm saying? Rather than add on. That's my own opinion on that. You could put them in your machine to resize them or however you want, or you could use them like this. They're perfect. I love them, okay? So we are showcasing that because we needed that with our My Creative Time collection because we have lots of sentiments that are long that would fit those perfectly, okay? And then our next thing we are showcasing today is called the Alpha Pack. I'm going to go ahead and show that one to you only because it's not like if there's a whole bunch of sentiments in them. Finally, we have a pack where you could create your own sentiments, okay? This is a big daddy one here because it has a total of 269 stamps in here. There are three sets of little different fonts of the alphabets in here. I'm going to go ahead and just show it to you. It's okay. So this one here is a little bit bigger font, not too much bigger, but it will fit onto the larger of the Trio Stitch Banner dies. This one here, I did just one letter of each, only because if I would have done 2 letters of each, it would have been too big, and then I would have to charge you more for it. So I just did 1 letter of each for the bigger dies. So this consists of the uppercase, lowercase, there's numbers, and there's some different little like your and sign, the at sign, the like a plus minus, the little hashtag, which used to be called the pound sign back in the days, apostrophe, a little parentheses, a little exclamation point. So this basically has it all, okay? So that's the bigger one. So with this brand new set, you can make any sentiments you want, okay? Like saying, for example, like, God, I wish I had this sentiment. I wish I had this one. Well, you could make your own now, okay? And then this next one is one of my favorite. This is the little, they're like tall, thin letters. This one only comes in an uppercase. It doesn't come in lowercase, okay? Which is fine because I love it. So with this one, since it's smaller, I did include 2 letters of each. Only because, like, if you're doing a sentiment, like, for example, happiness, that comes with 2 S's, 2 P's. So this way, when you put them on your block, you could be able to use every single letter. Okay? So, and then this also comes with the same thing, the numbers and the little signs that came with that set, okay? So that's like the middle size one. And this is the smaller size here. This one has the uppercase, lowercase, so everything like the big one this has, okay? It's just they're just a tinier version. And I love these. Like I said, you could make your own sentiments now. You know, if there's a sentiment you've been wanting, and if you want to do one, if you want to do anything you want with that, I think these are perfect because we do have a couple of fonts sentiments, but it wasn't because I know we have the label sentiments, the label font sentiments, and also the little type, I think it's the one with the little it's a circle around each letter. And that really didn't help much with if we wanted to create our own sentiments. So I'm going to quickly show you my cards I made. And then I'm going to also show you how if you want to adjust those little banners, you can, okay? So anyways, here goes the very first card I made. This is like a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square card. So as you could see, I used my little new large cloud die that we showcased on Monday. And then I got to use my Geo borders. Remember the ones we showcased yesterday? But these are the stripes, and I've been dying to use those stripes. So I heat embossed this using some clear embossing powder at the bottom. Excuse me. And then I use the, I forgot, I think this is soft pool I used. Yeah, I used soft pool color to stamp the stripes up there. And I just popped up I popped out everything onto the base of the card. And then Dreaming of, that's what it looks like on the banner. Okay, isn't that super cute? Now I adjusted this banner for it to be less high, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of it after we're done showing you. So this is what I did, where it says Dreaming. I just arranged them all on my block and then stamped them right, rather than stamping like one letter at a time. It was so much easier this way. You just stamp it on your little of your banner, and then here goes of. So I just did Dreaming of, put it on there, and then just add the U from my speech bubble sentiments set. And that's about it. I love this release because it goes perfectly with our existing products we have out now. It's almost like these are the stuff we needed to almost complete the rest of my collection. But isn't this super pretty? I loved it, and I just added some twine. That's about it. Super simple, actually. It was really quick to put together. And then this next one here, my little cute card here, I just grabbed some of my heart dies, and I just cut out little triangles, and I glued them behind each heart to make them look like little balloons. And I kind of covered up where you can't see where the glue or anything is. I covered it up with some little crochet thread. And I made little bows out of the crochet thread, and then I just used my white gel pen. I just landed up making like one little string going down because I didn't want to put too many lines into the actual letters. So what I did was it says Create Happiness. That's what I did with the the skinny font alphabet right there. And then with the bigger one, I just used all the lowercase, and I went ahead and stamped together on there, okay? Now, this is what I wanted to show you. I created these banners so they could go high, okay? Because the reason why I did that is because, like, for example, one of my design team members made something with my rosette dies, and she stuck it right there, and it fit perfectly underneath. Another one did one with my coffee cup die in there, and it looked beautiful. They totally nailed it because that's exactly what I envisioned for these little banners to be, okay? So this is how I want to show you how it's really, you see how you can see it right there, it's really high there. But on that other card that I did, it's not as high. So I'm going to show you how you can adjust these where they could work to your advantage however you want it. A little bit more dimension like this one, which I thought it was really sweet, and I really like it. So I'm going to show you right now. Let's see, I believe I cut some out already. Let me look for them really quick. Okie dokie, I found them right here. So as you can see, there are 2 score lines to put them together. So you're just going to go ahead and just, let me grab my bone folder. Okay, just like so. You're going to bend the one back first, and then you're going to bend this one forward. Now, don't think there's something wrong with it, but I did make them where they kind of, you see how they kind of go out like this at the bottom? I figure I didn't want to make them straight across, straight, because you could do that with you could just cut those, a straight banner out yourself, super easy. You don't need a die for that. So this one I kind of made it a little different, like so. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the way it looks right there if you do it normal. And if you want to put a couple of pop dots in the center, you can, so it won't, go down on you. But in my card, all I did was I put glue here and here, and I did it. Or you could also put it down a little bit more. Your tails just won't be as far out. So that's one little way there. And then the next one here, you see how you have the 2 little score lines right there? So if you don't want it as high, what you want to do is just grab your little score. I just have my little Martha Stewart score thing here. And what you want to do is make a score line like right in between those two score lines you have already, okay? I'll just use this. Okay, so right in the center, and which is super simple. You can't miss it. You just do it. Let me use this so I can point to it better. You have your first score line, which is there already, and you have your second one. You're just gonna go ahead and do one right in the center. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side here. Okay. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold back on the very first, the original one. Okay, fold that one back. Let me scooch this out of the way. And then you're going to fold on your new score line. Okay, fold that one forward, just like so. So same thing for the other side. Fold it on the original first one, and then you're going to fold it back on the new score line. Okay, so that's how that one is going to look. So now this one you could glue down all the way because your tails will be out more. You know what I'm saying? If you want to glue it down all the way, or if you just want to put pop dots in here like I did with mine so it can raise up just a tad. You see how the difference is right here? You see how one's a little bit more, you know, more down, and this one has a lot more dimension than that does, okay? So that's basically how that works right there. Now, I can't move my camera because I have it set up a certain way, but I'm going to show you how you could make these smaller, okay? Okay, since I cannot move my camera because it's kind of stuck the way it is right now, I'm going to show you how to put it on your actual plates, okay? So I'm just using my magnetic plate here. I'm using my Vagabond, by the way, okay? You can, of course, use your Cuttlebug, which is probably the manual machines like your Big Shot and the Cuttlebug is probably the easier to use, but I'm going to use this here today. So what you want to do, if you want to make it shorter, like saying, for example, up to here, you want to hang off your little banner like so, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use some post-it tape, only because since I'm going to be taking it off and on to bring it back to the camera to show you, I don't want to mess it up, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and just put my post-it tape right here, because we are going to, just want to make sure it's straight on here too. So we are going to go ahead and if you have it hanging off right here, it's only going to cut to there. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Now that we've already cut that, okay, what you want to do is bring this closer. This is the way I do it, okay? I'm pretty sure there's easier ways to do it, but you want to do is bring this closer, and the good part about this is that it will, if you kind of wiggle it, it will line up with the little stitching there, okay? So let me line this up really quick here. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it this way, and I'm going to make sure it only cuts, you know, where we left off at, okay? So, you know, let me double check this really fast here. Okay, so that's all it's going to cut that. So I'm going to hang off the rest that we're not going to cut, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just run it through my machine one more time. Okay, so this is basically what it turned. You see how it's bigger, how it's shorter than that one? So that's basically how, and you could kind of practice with it. I would not suggest to put in your really good paper right away and do it. No. Practice first. I'm telling you, practice makes perfect, my friends. and you'll be able to get it down as well. But there's other videos too. I mean, this is just my way that I do it. So you could go ahead and just keep it like that and just go ahead and put your sentiment on there. Or if you want, you could go ahead and score it in the middle, like I showed you how to make it where you have less dimension like this one. Okay, everybody? So that is it for today. So those are our new banners, and I showed you the stamps, which are awesome. So now you could be creative and make your own little sentiment. If there's something you don't have in your collection that you've wished you've always had, you can make it your own. Make your own now. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my amazing design team has done with these 2 sets today. And also double check to see if you were the lucky winner of yesterday's sneak peeks that we showcased for you. And also don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win what we showcased today, which are those banners and the one I call the Alpha Pack with the 3 different letters. And that's a really good bargain. I'm telling you, that's an excellent set to have. And we also needed that to go with our My Creative Time products as well. So again, thank you again also for all of your fabulous comments. And I will see you back here tomorrow for our very last day of our sneaky peeks. And I think you're going to love it just as much as I do. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.